Hello.
It always works. It always works better when you click *6 to unmute yourself. Well, welcome,
Amazing
welcome,
how it works.
everyone. It's amazing how that works. Oh, good morning. Good evening, good afternoon, good day, because we have folks calling in from all different parts of the USA, which is so exciting. The reach of the telephone, the reach of the Zoom, it allows us all to just connect and share of all the great things that are happening. So welcome, welcome. This is our Thursday call. I can't say morning, afternoon, so Thursday works and it covers everybody. So we're excited about the great things that are happening with the company. Let me look at the time. Did anybody else want to just say hello and let us know where you're calling from? Because I'm just going to jump in. You know how we have these great calls and
Sure,
folks
I
get to
do.
share. I know they're great calls. And
This
so,
is
of course,
Darlene. I just
today,
want to say hello to
hey,
everyone.
hello, honey. Great to have you on the call. Okay, wow.
Hey, this
Can
is
you
Edward from the
imagine?
Evergreen State.
Hey, Edward. Great to have you on the call. I love it. I
Good
love it. I love
morning,
it.
it's
Wow.
Deborah.
Hi, Deborah. Great to have you on the call. I'm still remembering that Alaska when we talked about that. You know, we had some great conversations on our Thursday call, and it just leads to people meeting folks and sharing it with folks. So welcome, welcome everyone to the call. And it's not scripted, it's not planned. We kind of talk about whatever is going on in our Service 365 business. So welcome, welcome. If you guys have any ideas, suggestions, things that have happened to you, feel free to share it, because that's what makes this call work. And I'm going to start off. I know we posted it, but in the back office, the Cancun trip is available. It's March, oh my goodness, 4th, 6th, 2026. It's in March. It's the first week of March next year in 2026. And so they have it in the back office for you all who might not have gone back there to kind of check it out. And they have several different types of rooms that you can pay a deposit and start paying on it. And it'll be one payment each month from September, October, November, and December will be your last payment. And of course, I think sometime in December, maybe January, I'm not sure what the date is, but they're going to need your flight information. So you're going to have to go ahead and just purchase your flight so they could because if you don't, then you'll be responsible for getting your own transportation from the airport to the hotel. So that's why they're doing that. They want to be able to coordinate and get everybody from the airport to the hotel together if they can. But if you say, oh, I'm not going to be able to get my tickets till February, well, that's cool. You just know that you'll have to figure out your own transportation. And because we are travel agents, that should not be a hard task to do, getting yourself from the airport to the hotel. So it's pretty nice. They have different rooms, different prices that you can go. It's at the Secret, and we went on there. You know, Rick, he did his little due diligence of seeing what it all entails, and it looks like it's a new hotel. A lot of times, what they do is these different resorts buy other hotels and refurbish it. So I don't know if this is from the ground up for Sandals, or did they buy it? Did they build it from the ground up, or did they purchase it and then refurbished it to look more like a Sandals resort? We really won't know that till you get there. And then you could do your research if you really, really want to know. You could do your research and find out. But it looks pretty nice from the videos that we saw.
Secrets, not
Secrets, not Sandals. Okay, so Secrets. And so we've been in different Secrets hotels. I remember the one Secret hotel that we were in where we had the little swim out, and maybe 2 or 3 floors above us, directly above us, was Chantell and Glenn. And I thought that was funny. And Rick and I are out there. We're just basking in the nice bath water temperature pool with the waterfall. And then we hear this voice from above. Are you guys getting on the call? Because we had totally forgot about the fact that we had to call, but we had our leaders right there reminding us, you guys might be in that pool, but we still have work to do. And so we were able to jump on the call right there from the pool. But that was fun. We've had so much, we have had such great times with all the different events that we've gone to. And it would be great if as many of you can make it out to Cancun. It should be fun. And it'll be interesting to see how much of the international team makes it there. But the last time I checked, just briefly, there was 3 rooms here and 15 rooms here and left and all this stuff. So I'm quite sure there'll be more than enough left for you to decide if you want to do a double bed and find a roommate or whatever, however you want to do it. But it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it, along with all the other things that we'll be doing between now and then. That's what makes this travel business great. And I'm looking forward to going to Hilton Head next month because they're actually going to have a Grit Fest. That's Harmony Grits for you guys who don't know, Grit Fest. And so they're going to have all these different musicians and all the different ways that you prepare grits and shrimp and grits and this and grits and cheesy grits. And it's going to be just a serious fest of grits. So that's a serious Southern thing, but it should be a lot of fun, and I look forward to that and all the great stuff. Because if you go into the store now, Halloween is here. I mean, you know, Halloween's here, the fall is here, and they're throwing Thanksgiving on you already. So that it's amazing how time just goes by. But we still have a lot of time left in 2025 to get a hold of that $1,000 bonus and get a part in that POWERLINE. So we're talking about the POWERLINE. I think Chantell's on the line. Chantell and Glenn, are you guys on the line? Because we talked yesterday, and she was just sharing with us how one check came and another check came, and that made me excited because it reminded me of how it used to be. We would get, and we still get checks now, you know, we still get the checks now, but they're not like they were, you know, years ago. They were like serious comma checks that would just come out of nowhere. And I'm quite sure that's how that POWERLINE is going to work, where you get a comma check here and a comma check there, and there's a comma check and here's a comma check and comma check everywhere. Those are fun. And for those new on the call that don't know what a comma check is, or a comma club that we had, that's when you receive the check with a comma behind the first digit or the first 2 digits, depending, or the first 3 digits, but you have a comma in the check. And so that's what's so exciting. And it was fun being a part of the comma club, and you receive rewards, but everybody was just getting comma checks, and there's nothing like that. And so that's what we're headed towards. You can see it happening because people are looking for something. And even though, another thing I was thinking about, and people are, you know, you hear the different things depending on what news outlet you're listening to. Tours are down, this is down, this is down. But the bottom line is, I haven't been on a plane since anything, and it hasn't been packed out. Flights are still packed out. And you might have some people that are a little nervous, so they just want to stay in-house, which is the U.S., and that's fine. There's some beautiful places to still see. And one thing I was thinking about, and I'm gonna have Rick do it. I just thought about it. I thought about it earlier when I was walking, but then when I came home, I forgot to share it with you, Rick. So you're hearing this for the first time. But one thing I thought would be really great is to do different ads that show all the spectacular sites here in the USA. Because a lot of times, people don't even know about Horseshoe Falls in Page, Arizona. They don't know about the Upper Antelope Canyon in Page, Arizona. They don't know about all the different places in the United States that look like different countries. We have a friend of ours, his name is James. He's a good friend of my son. He went to college with my son, and he's stationed overseas, and he is taking advantage of being so close to everything. And about a month or so ago, he went somewhere in Africa, and the pictures that he put up, you would have thought he was in Upper Antelope Canyon in Page, Arizona. But it looked just like the different places he was in Africa, with the sand and the different color rocks. And it was pretty spectacular. And I told him, I said, wow, you look like you're in Arizona with these pictures. And of course he laughed because he had never been. So there are so many different places. And that would even be a great exercise for all of us on the call to learn about all the spectacular places right here in the United States. Because how many people have not even heard of, what's that place? The sand dunes. How many people have not even heard about the sand dunes, which is in Colorado? And it's just that. It's just a mountain of sand. And it's, I don't know, it's a long walk. I don't know how many miles it is or whatever, but even to drive to something like that and go to the sand dunes and all the other different things that are around. Say that again?
It's called the Great Sand Dunes.
It's called the Great Sand Dunes.
Monument. National Monument.
And it's pretty spectacular. Mariana, have you been?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's you know, nobody would ever think that there's a massive sand dune in the middle of the state of Colorado, you know.
Right. Yes. And I know Rick and I, we went to Durango, and we did the little train ride back and forth there. We found this barbecue place that was terrific. Oh my goodness, that was the best barbecue. And on our way back to Colorado, we stopped at all the different places. That's where we went to the hot springs. Then we walked to the sand dunes. And it was definitely a lot of walking. And Rick wants to go all the way to the top of the sand dune. I was like, why though? And then you got the sand on the bottom of your sneakers, and you're sliding back and forth, and you're trying to walk up this hill. It was a serious workout. And another thing I thought was interesting, they actually had boards like if they were surfing. And you saw the younger kids get on these boards, and they would surf down the sand like it was water. So that was pretty spectacular to see. But then there was no lift, so they had to walk all the way back to the top of this sand dune to do that again. So that's what you call youth. But there's so many different places that people are still seeing. Family unions are still taking place where people are going to these things. We found a military park, I would call it a park, not too far from us, about 30 minutes from us. It's called Moultrie Lake, and it's massive. It was gorgeous, and you can rent cabins out there. They had all these different picnic areas where you can rent and have a picnic with your family, and it depends on if you had a small family or a large family. They had different cabins. Well, they weren't like cabins. They were like houses, really, that you could rent with however many bedrooms in it, and had the little grill out in the backyard. And then behind you was this huge, massive lake and a pier, and you could take your boats out there. And then they had another area that they had made a man-made beach. And so you can go over there and go to the beach if you wanted. And that would be a great little weekend if you wanted to just go up there for the weekend and take the kids and take the family and just have a good time. So I know just because we have that right here in Charleston, I noticed so many different things that's right there in our backyard that we can enjoy doing. And so even though you might get the naysayers, because we do have them out there and you'd like to ignore them, but it's good to be able to have a conversation with them. And it's easy to say, okay, fine, you might have some folks that are kind of nervous about leaving the country right now, but There's so much here. There's places
Brenda?
in Colorado. Go right ahead.
I think I saw Mr. Q come on the line, and I want to see if he wanted to share. His family found a place I had never heard of. I think it's in Tennessee. And Mr. Q, can you share some thoughts on the vacation you and the family took here recently?
Oh, that'd be great. I love hearing about different family vacations that people go to. And in Tennessee, Rick and I can drive to that. So if you want to share, that'll be fantastic.
Mr. Q, you have to unmute if you're muted. There you go.
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Welcome, brother.
Loud and clear.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome,
Good to be here. Good to be here. You need me to do video as well or no?
No. Well, it's up to you. If you want to be seen, you can do the video. Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't really want to be seen, but I'll be seen today.
Well, that's fine. Hey, I'm never seen. I never show my picture. I say I'm never camera ready. I'm not camera ready.
Yeah. I don't look that great. I look better in person, everybody. I'm still trying to figure out the angles, how to make this Zoom make me look a little better. But yeah, well, it's a pleasure. Yeah. Yeah, it's different. It's like, oh my gosh, that's me. Well, not to waste everybody's time. It's good to be here. Yes, we had the most amazing trips. It was a treasure hidden for me. I had never been to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and my wife and daughter collaborated through the business and found a cabin, and this cabin was outstanding. It was exceptional. My gosh, it had a pool table. It had a hot tub. It had room for 14 people. But it felt like a small, intimate place, though. It wasn't huge at all. It just looked like a regular house, but it had like 4 huge bedrooms spread out all through the house, just top of the line, almost like a 5-star hotel. It was really beautiful. And we used it, well, I'll say God used it as a retreat for our family, as well as a time for healing. And I must say, when we went down there, we were all stressed out from our jobs and everything that's going on in the world, and we were butting heads with each other. But by the time we left that retreat from that cabin in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, we were all in love with each other again. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were all a family again. Yeah, and so I kind of discovered a new ministry that weekend. But yeah, healing for families. Yep. And so but the city itself was so family friendly. Gatlinburg, it was, if I was going to compare it, it was on the level of like Orlando or either Myrtle Beach. And I might even say it was better than Myrtle Beach. And those are huge words because I love Myrtle, one of my favorite spots. It didn't have a beach, but the strip itself was just packed with fun things to do. Everything was super affordable. And then there was the Smoky Mountains. And just quickly, if I could just paint a picture, first you had to take a trolley up the side of it, kind of like that those buckets that go up the side of Pittsburgh. You take that to the top of the Smoky Mountains and not rappel, but you could either come down on a roller coaster through the mountains, your own private little chair seat, I'll say, your own private little seat, and you come down the mountains, but you had a foot pedal. You could slow the seat like a go-kart. That's what it was. Like a go-kart going down the track, all the way down the mountains. Or you could, what's that where you put the straps around you and that rappelling?
Zip line. Was that the zip line?
Zip line through the mountains, down the Smoky Mountains with trees and bears underneath you.
real bears underneath you. Yeah, now if that doesn't excite you, and and then there's the white water rafting. It was just the most amazing time for all different age groups. So they had the low level water rafting for kindergarten through for elementary age. For a year, we had a group of teenagers that they're never happy, they're never excited about any place we go. Right? They started off hesitant, and they loved this place after they were done with the whitewater rafting. And then there was a Paula Dean's with, family style dining. With You familiar with Paula Dean's? The food just falling off the bones. It was just so many wonderful things to do in Gatlinburg. One of our favorite trips. Now we'll be going back shortly. So that's it in summary. Yeah.
That's nice.
All happened through the business.
Very nice.
Yep. All happened through the business.
Wow. Yep. We've been there before. Another thing, Rick.
Oh, hey, Ron.
I just stepped back in the picture because Linda was doing something outside, and I want to catch up to her. I'm back. You guys came to Buffalo a while back, and we introduced you to Niagara Falls and Niagara on the Lake, and some incredible places, zip lining along Niagara Falls, seventh wonder of the world. There's 3 million gallons a second go to the falls. It's historic. It's wonderful. Great restaurants, food, entertainment. I mean, they got race cars, gasoline powered right in downtown. They have a racetrack. You can go on that. We got the Wax Museum. I mean, it's just seventh wonder of the world. And the food is incredible. And we just love when people come. We play travel agent and tour guide whenever anybody, especially our friends from the business, come down. But we're always inviting people to come here.
Yes. You figure Niagara Falls on the U.S. side and the Canadian side. The Horseshoe Falls is on the Canadian side, and that's really nice to see. But you can see it from the U.S. side for some of our travelers who still haven't purchased a passport yet. So you could still see it from the U.S. side. And so that's
you can still go to Canada with a enhanced driver's license.
With a real ID.
Yeah, with a photo ID on your driver's license, you can go. But passport still makes it easiest. But it's 20 minutes from Buffalo, so you can fly into Buffalo, rent a car, drive up, or they've got transportation. You can go, and obviously we've got access to all those methodologies and limos. And we're 2 hours from downtown Toronto. We actually, if you don't want to go to a famous site, we've got the Alabama swamps, and that's about 40 minutes from here. And that's where all the apple orchards and the cherry trees and the blueberry picking. And then you've got the swamps, and that's where you could see thousands of Canadian geese year round. It's a landing spot. They come and go north and south. And that's always an exciting part. One of the little restaurants we love, not too far from that, is called One-Eyed Jack's. And they smoke all kinds of things, chicken and pork and turkey and beef. And you can get the best smoked chicken wings in the world. I'm telling you, I love going there.
Awesome.
One thing that has really been up front with us this month, intensified, is eliminating excuses. And I'm gonna tell you, I've heard more excuses than ever, but there are no excuses. Like you said, you don't have to leave the border, you don't have to leave this country. There's so much, whatever theme it is, you got it. We have a German village, and I mean we lived in Germany for 4 years, and we have an authentic German village out here in the Northwest. It's called Leavenworth. As a matter of fact,
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Jawohl. And
ein bisschen.
we actually went to one of these little Mickey Mouse presentations and got us some passes to go to Leavenworth. So that's on our list to do. But you think of the theme, and it's somewhere in this country. So eliminate the I don't travel, I don't want to leave, it's not safe, whatever the excuse is. We are eliminating excuses, and we have the tool to do it. Back to you, Brenda.
That is so
Greetings.
true. There's so, hey, honey, hey.
Greetings, leaders, for showing up for yourself, for your platform, for your legacy. It's important. We are definitely eliminating excuses, and it starts right here and right here with ourselves. And when we do that, somebody will receive some hope because we removed ourselves out of the equation. I can, I will try. I will help somebody. I will bring some hope. I remember Adrian, and when Adrian was trying, she was doing her best to share the opportunity with us, but it was so much going on, and sometimes it's just not your time. But I remember watching her family, and as Quentin, look, my younger brother, look, a few months behind me, Adrian was taking her children, Willie and Adrian, back and forth to Hawaii on these cruises. And as Quentin Aden said, they were not happy. They were not excited. And their parents were spending all this money, taking them all around the world, all these places to enjoy their lives. And they had nothing good to say about it. Well, sooner or later, I kept watching Adrian as she came the last time and invited us to this opportunity in Washington State. And Willie, I'll never forget it because Willie took off that day, right? He took off from work, and we get in this meeting. And I'm sitting in here, and I said, wow, this is a gift. This is a gift. It's a gift of great value. It's a gift of hope. For something that we were already doing, as Glenn said, when we came here from Germany. We were already in Europe, running around with our children. They had sat in that big old Smurf chair. They had been to all of the most magnificent, when I tell you magnificent, what they pour out for you, the markets in Europe, you've never seen anything like it in the States, ever. We may see some of that in Leavenworth. We'll see. We're going there. And I'm just inviting you to say yes to yourself. Say yes and go out here and use that reward trip. You know, this company has put a lot into valuing us. They spend a lot of money here. So we could take that reward trip and go, that was a spectacular breakdown. Everything I've heard in here today. Thank you for sharing. It's a big deal. There's so many people sitting here that's brand new. Welcome to the new ones. And we look forward to building with you. We're so thankful to see you today. Back to you, Rick and Brenda.
Awesome. Wow, it's true. It is so true. And that's what I love about our business, is because you can do a road trip if you want. You can take the train because I have family members. I'm not flying, blah, blah, blah. Everybody, for every excuse that someone has, we have a way to debunk it or whatever, because all you have to do is be willing. My cousin's husband does not like to fly, so they drive everywhere, but they go. And then they go places where there is no family, and you stay in a hotel, or you stay in a resort, or you stay somewhere where you can just have a peace of mind to relax and chill out. And once you start hitting those spas at these different places, these different hotels you go to, enjoying all of the amenities, the workout room, the spa, the pool, man, it's nothing like getting away. And even if you do something quick for, the food, don't forget the food, because you can Google, and that's another thing when you talk about food. We have the discounts that you can get right there in your back office, because I talked about that last week. Don't skip out on the discounts that you can get, that you use your reward credit. And so there are so many different ways for you to utilize your Surge 365 business. Don't miss anything. You don't want to miss anything.
It's because of the access, and we have access to the entire industry. We had friends, and I've heard this more than once, they, for lack of a better word, were afraid to go on a cruise, even though we tell them, hey, it's the best value in a vacation. But you know what? they will do a river cruise. So you can find it. We've got it, and you can help them find whatever it is that they need. So eliminate excuses. That we got if it's out there, we have it, and we can help.
Yeah.
Brenda.
Yeah. And the river cruises are pretty nice. Go right ahead.
This is Darlene.
Well, we've got American River Cruises, and they go on the East Coast, the West Coast.
Let Darlene finish. Go ahead, Darlene.
We had talked about, about our the rewards, oh God, what do you call it? When we get the yearly trip,
the 7-day
the hotel,
stay?
yes. Because I had put it in, and I forgot all about I had put in for one, and it's probably been over 6 months ago, and I just got an email from Elizabeth, and she was wondering if I had received it, that they had got behind in sending them out. So she sent mine to me this morning. So they are giving us those reward trips, those hotel stays.
Nice.
We're grandfathered in.
Yeah, we put in for. We put in for ours because. Say that again, Chantell.
Those who were in previous are grandfathered in, and the new people will receive the one when they complete their year with us. But the rest of us were grandfathered in.
Right, that's correct. But I had forgotten that I had requested one, and she just got to it. She did apologize because they had gotten behind in sending them out. So I just wanted to update if anybody had sent it in before months ago and hadn't received it, that they are catching up on it now.
Oh yeah, good, because we sent in ours at the what was it, last week? We went right to Sandy and asked her to send us 2 so we could use one right away in October, and then I don't know where we'll use the other one, but we'll use that probably maybe even in December or November in Colorado, because Steamboat Springs was so nice. We drove up to Steamboat Springs, and we stayed there 1 year for my birthday, and it was a nice townhome, and it was like Wyndham. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Wyndham property, but it was a Wyndham property, and so it had the different pools in the different areas. It had the hot tub, because this is cold weather, so everybody loves a hot tub when the snow is coming down. But it was very, very nice, and when we checked in, it was just like we were a guest. They didn't ask us for anything. We gave our ID, got the keys, gave us a welcome bag. I said, I was like, it's my birthday. So I gave me another bag just because it was my birthday. So it was really nice. And I can see us grabbing my son's car and driving up there around Thanksgiving. But there's so many different things to do right here in the USA. Anybody else want to share? Well, I'll just share right here where we are in Charleston. A lot of folks love to come to Charleston. And downtown Charleston is where you'll see the tourists. You have all the restaurants. They have the market where they sell the baskets, which everybody loves. There's, what's that one little place? Oh, Cypress Gardens. If you come, you got to go to Cypress Gardens. If you're familiar with the movie The Notebook, that's where they filmed the scene with all the doves in the water. And I'll wait for you to come and visit, and the tour guide will tell you the story of how they got all the doves to be in the water and the alligators not take them out. Because that's another thing. We have alligators right here in Charleston. And so that's a real great story that the tour guides share with you. And of course, the Battery. Everybody loves to walk downtown Battery. And what's so nice about it, and all of you who have all these spectacular things in your backyard, Rick and I will take off one evening and just go down there and walk around. And my cousin laughs and she'll say, oh, they think they still touring. They don't realize they moved down here and they live down here now. But we do. We'll go down there and we'll walk around. And so if you have something, and even when we were in Colorado, we would take off like we were going away, and we drive right to the Garden of the Gods. and we'd hang out at the Garden of the Gods and take pictures and watch the sunset. And so we did that there, and we would go up to Pikes Peak and take pictures there and talk to the different folks that are coming from different countries to see it, because it's a spectacular sight. And so I know there's so many different places in your backyard that you probably saw years ago and haven't been there since. And I know we have one thing here, it's called the angel tree. And they have backed it pretty much, I guess, 400 years this tree has been there. And I was talking to my father, because Rick and I anybody comes to visit, we got to see the angel tree, or we'll just take off and go there and walk around and take pictures of the tree. And I said to my father, "When the last time you've been to the angel tree?" He went, "I think when I was a teenager," and he's 86. I'm like, "Are you kidding?" It's right there in the backyard. It's free of charge. It's a spectacular sight for this tree to be so old, and for all the branches. And I'm quite sure you could find it on Facebook, because when we go, Rick takes pictures like he's going there for the first time. But those are different things that you could just take a few hours just to go and walk around and act like you're on vacation and just relax and have a good time.
Yeah, hello,
we have
Brenda.
to remember. Go right ahead, Glenn.
Some people came on the call later, and I know right at the beginning you were sharing with us the registration for convention this year. The event in Cancun, which the information, the registration is now open for that event. Let me tell you, one of the things that we really enjoy about, and we are a family, believe that. This is our call. This is not the company. This is us. And this is where we handle our business and share the information and learn a lot from each other. But, it's really special when we get a chance to get together, and because one of our sayings is, "I'll see you on the beaches of the world." And that's where we hang out. We can tell you stories. Brenda mentioned, I think it was Punta Cana we were in, and we had just checked into the hotel. We're up on like the 4th floor, and we're leaning over the balcony, just soaking up the view of the island, palm trees and the pools, and just the beauty of it all. And when we looked straight down, you can't plan this. They have these like cabanas where people sunbathe and all that. And it's like a mattress bed with the poles and the canopies. And running through it is a artificial river. And there's people floating by. And we look down, and there's Rick and Brenda sitting right on that, right adjacent below our room. And I'm going to tell you, we've done Jamaica. We've, like Ron said, dancing in the moonlight at Punta Cana. And then one of the cruises we went on, out of the thousands of people on that cruise ship, when we come out of our stateroom to go to a meal or whatever, the first thing we do at the elevator, we run into Rick and Brenda out of all the thousands of people on that ship. And it just, I'm going to tell you, it just works like that. There's a synergy there. And that's where we hang out. For everybody that's new to the business or haven't been to one of the events, I'm going to tell you, it's very special. And it's memories that it will last a lifetime. Back to you,
what was that? The Howling Wolf in New Orleans?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. New
Orleans.
Wow,
yeah, I remember that.
Ooh.
Connections, because people have connections. Let me tell you, we were at one of the events in Las Vegas, and Coach Arlen had it was the white party. She always throws white parties, and she used to host an annual event in Las Vegas. And when we showed up to the door at the white party, Rick and Brenda intercepted Chantell and I and said, "Come with us." Arlen Thompson had tickets to the Jackson, which was right next door at Planet Hollywood. And we said, forget the white party. We went right over there, got in line. And this story is hilarious. We wound up seeing a concert with the Jacksons. This was right after Michael had transitioned, but the entire family was there. They walked in and sat right down in front of us, and those guys put on a show that was 2-3 hours long. It was amazing. These are the things that happen when we get together on the beaches of the world, and it's just very special.
Well, you guys are blessed, right? So we got those tickets, and so we got there. Brenda and I got there before you, and I forget who else was with us. And so they sat us up, a little further back. And so when we saw you guys come in, and the ushers set you right behind the Jackson family, or that front row. So we told the usher,
I was like, what happened?
We're with them. And so they moved us to the second row. And then the Jackson family came in, was sitting right in front of us, and they put on, like you said.
How much did we pay to get into that concert?
Nothing.
And you know what?
$0.
That show never toured. They put together a tour, and they were going to open it started in Las Vegas. And they were going to open in Gary, Indiana, where they all grew up, and then the legal kicked in because they had a lot of Michael's songs in there, and they blocked it. So nobody else saw that show. It was just for us.
Right behind the mother, right behind the family.
And you know what? No repeats. Can't do that again.
No repeats.
The importance. What's the importance of us showing up and being present?
There you go.
Because there really is no replays.
That's right.
What was is there. We're here. Whatever we're bringing forth, and this is a leadership call. Iron sharpens iron, but we all have something to bring into not just this company, but this team. This team that we have run with since 2010-ish. We have built life with, we have prayed with you. We have sat with you. We have cried with you. We have run all across the country with you. We are having a blast with you. And another one that was so cool, there's a couple. I'll never forget San Diego. Oh my goodness. We met Ron and Linda Clayton for the first time. And I remember hanging out at the restaurant, and there was Ron and Linda. We were just, being introduced to them, and we had training sessions. I remember sitting in the training session with Ron. What a mind of wisdom. We all have something. Everybody in here is important. It doesn't matter whether you talk, you can be quiet, but you have something to bring that this team needs. And I'm praying some stuff over this team every day. That week, because Brenda speaks it every week over us. We're going to be the team that takes this company to the place where we're supposed to be in the industry. I believe that with all my heart. I believe there's a light that's so great in here, and we're in the company, but we're branding our own. Each one of us has a brand to bring here. But this group right here is really special. There's a bright light in here, and every time one of you shows up, somebody's encouraged. You didn't know what I was dealing with this morning. You didn't know what Zarita Williams is dealing with right now, and we're over here praying. You don't know what's happening with Adrian or Willie or Rick and Brenda or any of these people that we have these smiles on. All is well, right? Our presence is so important. Bring yourself in the room and stand up. The table is spread before us, and we're being sent out. What's in your hands? What's that passion that you have to give to somebody? I love hearing from you. I love hearing everything you bring. But you are significant. You are a part of one of the greatest moves in the history of our world right now. POWERLINE. Anybody know about this POWERLINE? We just literally broke through. That's what the POWERLINE is. We showed up in St. Louis and we didn't have a clue. But we wanted to go celebrate our leader. We wanted to go stand in the room and help him bring his brand forward. Amazing experience. Walking around with people who are giving their life for us. I'm telling you, he laid it on the line and he told us, he said, when they put my credit card in there, when they locked my bank down, see, we got to take her from the head to the heart. He says, I'm doing this for you. When Coach Tomer stepped into heaven, this man was already ready. We're ready. Everybody in here is ready. Bring your part forth, because whatever we're bringing, the future is now. It's right now. Whatever we're doing it right now. Because somebody in this world, I cannot tell you how many people were laid off at Microsoft. We're in the backyard of thousands. Boeing, thousands. Who's got their hands open towards some of these people? And that's not just Washington State. It's across the land. We have the answer. We just have to give it away. Back to you, Rick and Brenda.
Good.
I'm not in Normalville, but
so
good morning from Thailand.
Hey, Chris.
From where?
This time change. Sorry, Thailand. I'm in Bangkok.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
How nice.
What
Yes,
time is it there?
12:45 a.m. This time change threw me off. All of a sudden, I'm sitting there. I'm like, man, I'm gonna listen to a presentation while I take a shower, because I do that a lot, actually. And all of a sudden, I'm like, wait, it's 12:20. What's the time in Kansas City right now? Oh crap, I'm late for the call. So I'm like, oh, let me get on this.
From Thailand. Wow. So you actually did go.
Nice.
I went. Yes. I had I had a couple deep-hearted conversations with multiple people, multiple things going on in my life right now. One of them is one of my best friends. His dad is just. It sounds like it's day to day, and he said his mom promised me, and I trust his mom, that if things come worse to worse, she'll call. But I know he wouldn't. He's like, bro, take your trip. I said, bro, no. I said, I'm gonna forfeit this. I said, friendship is more, family is more than a trip, and stuff. And no, take the trip, take the trip. So I said, I'll go, but you better call. And he's like, uh-huh. I'm like, the way he's pretty much like, uh-huh. I'm like, okay, let me hang up with you, and I'm gonna call your mom right now. And so I trust her. I know she'll call if worse comes to worse. Plus, I look at their Facebooks every day to see if anything's been posted. But
when do you make it back?
29th.
Wow.
So
I land in KC on the like about 11 o'clock in the evening on the 29th. So
nice.
Yes.
So what are you planning to do while you're there?
I believe you'll be there when you get back.
Yeah, I mean, and the only prayer I said about it is whatever makes him not in pain. Well, if he makes it till I get back, that's fine. If he goes before that, that's fine. It's more about him than it is me.
I believe he's there though.
He's had diagnosed with MS probably 20-some years ago. Been what's it called? Tied to a chair for at least 12 years. And he had currently got diagnosed with brain, bone, kidney, and throat cancer. And there's enough cancer. They're like, we're not even going to give you stages. It's there.
Well, the thing is, God is in total control,
Oh, for sure.
And Zarita, we're praying for your mom as well. God is in total control. And,
I believe that, yeah.
The doctors go so far, but they don't really know. And so,
correct.
So, I'm believing that, that you'll be able to say those goodbyes in person.
Oh, yeah.
And so that it'll be all right. And so you can enjoy your time there, knowing that, that God's got it. And
I'm still enjoying it. It's I'm enjoying it. It's not in the back of my mind, but it's in the back of my mind.
So I'm saying rest.
Oh.
Some things are in our control, and most things aren't.
Correct.
And when it comes down to it, nothing really is.
Right.
So in that, and in understanding that, rest. One thing about the business is that the business is actually life. And the way we are in one thing is the way we are in everything. And if you can learn to rest, in one thing, you can learn to rest in another thing, knowing that God's in total and complete control in all things. And so that becomes a growth for us all, in the business, in life, in family, in everything that we do, in travel, in vacationing, the ability to be able to be in the present, as Chantell was saying, and being able to be in the moment and us choosing what that moment is and how we feel in that moment and our emotions of that moment and our feelings of that moment, and being able to let God just handle it. Letting go is freedom. Letting go, to be able to let go, let God, is freedom. And shifting it to Him, and then we go free to live our lives. Right? We take on too much. And so enjoy.
Yeah, you owe it to yourself to maximize the experience.
To maximize the experience.
Yes.
Of life.
Like,
not just Thailand, but building the business. And seeing that's
right. And I've actually been able to talk to a few people. That's been the awesome part.
Well, that's how I build a business. Brenda and I
right.
have paid millions of dollars in this business, and more to even come. Chantell mentioned the power line, more to even come. And and the way I build a business is the way I'm telling you right now. And that's why you don't see Brenda and I stressing. You don't see us chasing down people. We know that there is no assertion, there's only attraction. And if he be lifted up, he draws all people. And so we are resting in the things that we're doing, but we're looking and feeling for the inspired actions in that rest. What are the inspired actions that come out of that rest? And then you do those, knowing that any of the things outside of that is really a waste of time, but you can still do it. And but really the inspired actions, and then being able to seek, what are the inspired actions? What is my role right now in this present moment? What am I to do? And that's where you stay in the peace. What happens with people is they get so antsy and they get so, as Brenda says, miscombobulated and so nervous, and so because they're trying to do it in themselves. But when you realize that you can actually turn it over, to a God who will show you and will lead you and will guide you and will give you peace and will give you the comfort. Now, that's not just sitting on your hands, but that's actually doing our part in seeking out information, And so enjoy your time over there. Live in the moment. We've got the power line, and hats off and congratulations to Glenn and Chantell, part of the initial 10 in that power line. What? And this company will pay you everything that they say they will do. Over to you, Chantell.
Wow. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. I'm telling you. And sometimes it's the sitting in the rest, because you don't have any idea that you were literally going over here into this power line, which was launched 3 months ago, literally. And they were explaining it to us and telling us, you're in the power line. And we didn't have a clue what they were talking about. It's like, okay, we thought we were building something. We weren't doing a thing, but just sitting. We were sitting with our travel technology package open and our SBA junior executive package open together. And that is what placed us in the power line. Almost 1,000 people later, by the time it got from here to here, and we started understanding we're not building this. And Delby, who is the mastermind behind the power line, who knows exactly what he's doing, is sharing on Wednesday nights. And it's just interesting the way things happen, because we're people in church and we got all this stuff going on. But there's a time where you got to be present. That anointing in us has to be present, because we are growing And we are called and chosen for this growth. It's not just Glenn and Chantell. That mark that we just made was for this world. It was for a legacy. It's a kingdom legacy. We're just a vessel that showed up, and we met Chris C over there. But when they launched that power line and we sat there, and then he started talking about, while you were building, you have all these pots growing, and you're just going along sharing with people, not understanding how you're going to go on a cruise with your cousin to get honor this young lady who's on the cruise, and all this was about her, and we had no idea that when you have the 5 people and you become a team builder, because that's the first leg, you cannot receive one bonus in this company until you are a team builder. So we were that, and then the levels start. But in that power line, you were every person, there's you, and then each person that enters this company, whether it's international or whatever, they're lined up straight under us, every person. And that's what is happening in the power line. So as that was happening, and then you have to, one of the qualifications is you have to bonus once that month. And we were going along, and a couple of people had come into our team builder group, and then there was one, and Glenn went on this cruise, and this young lady got in here and she got on fire, and she started going. Never even told her this till last night. She started going to everything this company was holding. Now she's working 2 jobs. She's getting on every Zoom, every Saturday training. She's getting on everything. And the young lady hit us up and said, "Hey, I'm gonna get enrolled on sometime this week." Didn't give us a date. We just kept on building. We hit the bonus, and then the bonus was pulled back. Stipulations happened, but we kept going. Thursday hit. You know, that's our pay period, right? Everything pays out on Thursday night. And in comes Victoria Brown Clark and stepped into that bonus, and it, boom, elevated our power line payout. That is the power line. The power line, I'm going to let Glenn share that. Those pots and all that. What happened then, Glenn?
Well, the power line and the information I shared in our messenger group, the Facebook Messenger, I posted pictures from the Delvy's compensation training last night, and it really broke it down. Every time I watch, I'm learning more and more about it. You really don't have to do anything physically except for build your business, and all we got to do is share this opportunity with people because they need it. First of all, I mean, the need is great, and this is now money. I'm telling you. So I put a picture of the graph that explains how you qualify for the power line, and this happens every month. Every month. So every time you hit $1,000 bonus, which is 7 sponsored in your team builder team, I want to say power team, it used to be power team, and your team builder team, once the sponsorships add up to 7, no matter who put them in there, you or the other people on your team, you get $1,000 bonus. And we've got many of those, but not like this. Once the power line kicked in, the money from the power line, we qualified for three pools, pool 1, pool 2, and pool 3. Now, on our messenger page, I took a screenshot and posted in there, and it shows you, I think 11 people bonus. That's the least it's ever going to be because it was the first one. But no matter how much money they put in to the power line, how many ever people qualify, that's how many people split the money. But people are being added daily. That's the reason it's important that you grab your spot. And once you qualify, go into your back office, and that's the first thing you see is how many people are up under you. Next thing you want to hit your 3 and free, and you want to get to your team builder with 5. That'll hit you $500 bonus right there. But and then you earn your money back. You know, there's additional money in there too for the sponsorships. But it just goes from there. You help your people succeed. This is all incentive. The whole compensation plan is amazing, or as Delvey would say, amazing.
So literally, the payout was another extra $1,000 on just the same 7 people.
It was a double portion, and we didn't do anything different. A double portion.
Hit the bonus. Don't worry about the numbers. Just hit your bonus.
So
it's just one bonus. If you
once
do more
this thing takes off, once the word gets out, which that's our job to do, let's get this word out. The people going to stampede into here because first of all, they need the money. There's no compensation plan like this.
That's right.
And the more people that come in, the more people go up under you, the monthly payouts are going to be huge.
We're talking millions of dollars. If you see the breakdown of how many pools is in there,
10 pools.
Like
there
10
are 10 pools. And the one graph I put in there shows you what pools you would qualify for. And like I said, we qualified for 3. The next pool, pool 4, begins when you hit director. And then it shows you how much money you get for each pool. So if we qualify for 3 pools, pool number 1 paid out $200. Pool number 2, I'm not sure, $200 or $400, and then like $700 or $800. Add that up and see it doubled our bonus from what it used to be, and that's the least it's going to ever be because the word's getting out and the company is growing. The more it grows, the more money goes into those pools. And if you don't hit a bonus, $1,000 bonus, that's the money you're leaving on the table. And that's a lot of money.
It'll go into the next month. So you're not losing anything.
But so you're not gaining.
When you hit it, you receive it. Is what that is.
You don't you don't start over. Go ahead.
Right. In your back office under PowerLine Stats is what it's called. You'll see how many people. One of the ladies that's in our team that's only building the travel, she had never even looked at it. And when I showed it to her, she had 400 and something people in there. Messed her up. She's like, I didn't build these people. Exactly.
Mr. Q, I showed Mr. Q in his back office where that report is at, and he had 700 some odd people up under him. He was like, what? Yes, that's our company. That is our company. And with this new power line, oh my goodness.
You know, Glenn, I have a quick question because my question is, so you're saying the pools, and you get these pools by the level that you are in the company. So just for example, or just hypothetically, let's say the people who qualify for pool number 5 or whatever, no one hits that pool that month.
No one.
The money just stays there, and the money just stays there and adds up.
No, whatever money got paid out that month is going to be split between whoever did qualify.
Right, but let's say nobody does.
For those, nobody got paid past.
Somebody is always going to somebody is going to hit $1,000. If it's one person, they will receive all the money.
Right, but nobody.
For pool 5. They don't split that money with anybody.
Here's the answer. Nobody qualified over pool 3 on this first one.
Exactly. Don't even look at the other pools.
Because the pool 4 starts with, I think, level 1 director, and then it goes all the way up to level 8 director. So there's nobody there yet.
And get this.
Yet.
Those numbers, even if you're a director, but your numbers are at, let's say your number is at 300. You're going to get paid in pot number 2.
Right. You're gonna get paid for all the numbers behind you, all those pools behind you. So we got paid out of pool number 1, 2, and 3, and it almost doubled the bonus.
So nice. Your responsibility is to sit in place, hold your
keep
place.
That site active. Because if it goes down,
that's why, yes.
If it goes
That's why I
down,
said always make sure you check your credit card. Make sure the expiration date is not getting ready to expire, because you do not want it to close out, go down, because what you was getting ready to say, Glenn, you're going to start from zero.
Going to start from zero, from the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is important.
So
when you think about the fight, the sacrifice, and all that has happened for us to see this day right here, you deserve this.
Absolutely.
You have paid some serious dues. Some of us have been sitting here since the early 2000s. Anybody got your hands up in here? Like, when is it our turn? When is it our turn, right? This is for you to receive and give it away. And just give it away. And some of the people that we're going to be sitting with, because we got in this group right here, all these community builders in here, all these pastors in here, all these ministries in here. Come on, somebody.
Causes.
Waiting. All these causes are waiting for you.
Guys,
go ahead, Mariano.
Let me interject. Yeah, the thing that Brenda would think was asking, is it okay? So the first, nobody qualified for anything above pool 3, right?
Correct.
Okay. So the monies that are in pool 4 through 10, what happened to that money? Where does that money go?
We'll have to look up
because
that
the money
one.
gets.
We have to ask.
Yeah, because see the money. The money gets distributed to those 10 pools. But if nobody qualifies for that money,
I think it
does
sits,
the company
and
keep
Mariano,
it?
I think it sits there. I think it sits there and just keeps adding up.
Yeah, it may, but that hasn't been addressed yet. But I think that was the question you were asking, right, Brenda?
It is.
Yes.
What happens to that money? So if it stays there, then whenever somebody qualifies for it, it's going to be huge because it's accumulating over this whole time.
Yeah.
Correct. So we can ask Delby to get the right information to you about that, because that's his baby. But that could be right, you know.
But you know what? This is historical. This is history. That was the very first one. And like Delby said, that's the lowest payout there's going to be.
Absolutely, man. Congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Look, so that right there, that took care of your Cancun trip.
Well, the thing is, you know, the company is always looking for ways to pay us more.
Right.
And to make what we're doing in Surge more appealing to people even. But how can they get more money to us? And so, Brendan, you can't see this, but right now I have up the pool's payout. But even outside the pool, the compensation plan stands on its own. Then all of a sudden, the company comes and said, "Okay, we're going to do a pool, and we're going to put people in this pool and take $20 out of every active membership from everybody in the business. And when people qualify, and they qualify by getting a rank, and that's why it's so important to at least get the team builder with 5 people on your team, because now you are qualifying for the pool." With the 5 people on your team, with you, of course, having your position of the technology package plus the SBA, and then 100 people that have joined since you've been in the business.
And that's pool number 1.
And so now you hit a bonus. That
pool number 2.
Team builder is pool number 1.
Yes.
And so what happened with Glenn and Chantell being national builders, they qualify for pool number 3. And so they got paid, only, you know, for the people. Now, when you're looking at if it were at 5,000 active people in the business, so they took, you know, the $20 across, and that was $100,000 spread across the 10 pools. And so Glenn and Chantell qualified for pool number 3. And so whatever amount, based on the total amount of money in there, they empty pool number 3, pool number 2, pool number 1. 10 people totally bonus, or 11 people bonus to qualify. And so that whatever is in that pool was split up amongst 11 people. Now think about when we have 100,000 people active in our business. When we have 100,000 people active in our business, it's going to be crazy because now you're going to have $2,000 in each of these pools. You know, across 10 pools, 100,000, $200,000 across those pools. And that's when it's going to get just amazing. So as we continue to grow, you know, it's going to be even more awesome.
Right. And Rick, on the 10 paid out in August. The one that's in right now, who just qualified, he is literally sitting there. He's the first one for this month.
Okay. And that was William.
That's William Webb.
William, the blind William in our business. Come on. He just hit the $1,000 bonus.
Yes. Yes.
He's
so look at this as we grow as a company. Because, you know, like you said, Glenn, it's going to start a really big swell here. And so if you're looking at the example that I have up with 100,000 active people in our business, and them taking $20 from each one, that's $2 million that's split across the 10 pools. Whatever happens with the pools and the money that's in the pools that you don't qualify for, is neither here nor there, but that's a good question. We get an answer for it. But what about the pools you do qualify for? In this case, that's $200,000. So Glenn and Chantell in this moment, in this case, will split, if that was 11 people, 10 people, split the $200,000. But not only in pool 3, in pool 2, and in pool 1. All they did was get the $1,000 bonus. Now, when a person comes in, and Chantell, you mentioned this, and you have to have a rank, at least team builder, and that qualifies you for pool 1. But with 5 people as team builder, you're getting reimbursed your $500 in a leadership bonus, and you're 3 and free, so you're not paying a $99 monthly. You're only paying $20.
And you got paid for each sale.
And you're only paying $20. And so
you overrode. So
you know what I mean? And so now, and like you were saying, Chantell, your contribution of people coming into the business to get 7 while you're team builder, 7 to bonus, whenever that happens, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's 5 years from now, whether it's 10 years from now, when you hit that bonus, especially now that we've started the payouts, like Ron and Linda, they hit $1,000 bonus before the payouts. They hit $1,000 bonus in July. And we hadn't started the pay. Now, whenever you hit $1,000 bonus, because it doesn't, you don't have to requalify monthly. It's like if you one shy, okay, well, that next month or whenever you hit it, you're going to hit $1,000 bonus as you're marching up to it. I know in the old company, we hit $1,000 bonus every week. Now, of course, you just get one. You only need one a month. But this thing is just getting ready to go crazy. So when you're looking at 100,000 active, and that's why when a person comes in, they want to lock their spot. Like you said, Q has, how many people, more than 100 people that have joined since he's come on board. Now, it includes international.
Wow.
We're exploding internationally.
Yes.
Not just in the States. And we know Mexico is going crazy. And that the Latin market is going crazy. In South America and Mexico and, all over. And so when a person comes in and they lock their spot, now they just want to qualify with the rank and hitting the bonus because they've already got the people.
Hey, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what this sounds like? A lottery you are guaranteed to win. All you have to do is
you cannot lose. And it's just us doing what we were doing anyway.
It's a win-win.
We were $1,000 bonusing anyway. We were building and adding people to our team anyway. This is just more incentive, like Glenn said. more incentive for us to do what we was already doing. And now this is an added bonus, and it's proven by Glenn and Chantell being part of the first initial 10-11 to get paid out. And
how it's important, Rick? How important is it to write it down?
Oh man, you got to write it down.
How important is it for you to see it?
Yeah, you got to write it down. What do you want? You know, your inner conversation creates your outer reality. What do you want? Write it in, get a journal and write it down in your journal what you want to see happen. And watch what happens.
Wow, that's exciting. Anybody else?
On that note, Rick,
I think
what's that?
On your
journal.
I want to go back.
Mariano?
Yeah, I want to go back to what I want to go back to what Glenn was talking about earlier as far as family and the importance of going to the events like in Cancun, and everybody understanding that it's a great opportunity to meet our leaders in the company as well. Because I can remember when we were in Cancun several years ago, and I got a chance to sit down and talk with Scott Tomer. Just, like we're having a conversation right now, right? Between us.
I remember that.
And the thing that was fun about that conversation is that for those of us that have been in the company for a while, we remember and know that he's got a Ferrari that he drives. And he loves to, share it with people by letting them sit in it whenever he goes to car shows and stuff like that. So I got to talk to him about the Ferrari and how did it run and stuff like that, because I'm a car guy as well. But what the significance of what I'm talking about is that here's the leader of our company having access to him.
Yeah.
And talking to him like I'm talking to you.
Yes.
How many companies have we worked for or work in now where you can actually have a relationship, a personal relationship with the CEO of the company?
Real deal.
And the same thing with Chris and Delvey.
Yes.
And everybody else in the company. And I think that's one of the things that I want to impress upon the new people that are joining us now.
It's true.
Is that y'all don't realize how much of a family this thing really is.
Yes.
And the access that you have to these people, because again, they have nothing to hide. They're doing it all for us. And they want to share their lives with us to make us better and enjoy the ride, as a family. So just wanted to share that before I forgot.
Yes, we have relationship. And we decided to go down to a opportunity meeting that they had down in California, just south of San Francisco. And of course, we did our usual. We squeezed a week into 24 hours and saw everything. But the meeting was off the chain. And Dr. Chris and Delvey both came. And that's one of the reasons we went. We hadn't met Delvey personally yet. And it was just an awesome meeting that Coach Arlen put on for her team. She rose with her California expansion team. And so afterwards, we all went to dinner with Dr. Chris and Delvey. We know this personal relationship with them. And then after all is said and done, Dr. Chris picks up the check for everyone.
Mm-mm-mm.
I mean, when you show up, things happen. I'm going to tell you, there's bonuses that don't equate to money, but it's just priceless.
Yes.
The relationships, absolutely.
Yes. I tell you, one of the real, I know we got to jump off. Oh, Chris, were you saying something?
Yeah, sorry, I got two things or two-ish things to add to that. On the whole accessibility thing, there was one day, it was about a week before convention, I get this call from Shelly. She's like, oh my God. I'm like, in my head. And as y'all get to know Shelly, when she gets in this mood, it's almost, that call could be almost a bipolar call. Like, it's either gonna be really good or really bad. And I'm like, okay, I don't always know how to take it. And she's like, oh my God, that she was so excited about was Chris and Delvey both accepted her friend request on Facebook. And she was like, I can't believe they added me. I don't know these people, da da da. And I said, yeah, I told you, like, this is family. They saw, and they saw you had a couple other common friends in Surge, so they probably assumed you were in the business. And so I made sure to introduce her to Chris and Delvey, as well as, multiple others of you. And I said, I can't make it to Houston for that one Super Saturday that Coach Arlen was doing. And I was trying to push her to it. And she was teeter-totted. She ended up not going. I told her, mark my words. Go to this, and you will come back and teach me things. Mark my words. And that's how much I want you to know this. I can't because Caden had some stuff going on that weekend. And I'm like, but you should go. Trust me, you will come back teaching me more than I ever thought I could know if you go and take notes. And she ended up not going, but I was really trying to push her to it. I know if I would have gone, she would have went. But I get, sometimes you don't know a lot of these people yet, and you don't want to go on your own to things. But I was trying to stress her the importance of it all. But I wish she would have went, just because I know I would have learned a lot just by her going. And the other thing on your journal, I think I've shared this in this group before. I know I've done it on a couple. I have Chris dies every time he sees me, because I showed it to him at the 10-year party. I have what I call a live list. And it's just, this started in 2019 or 2020. I went to a convention for another company I was working for. And the guy was like, I want you to come up with 300 things that are like your bucket list. I didn't sleep that night. I sat up with pen to paper. I started during the meeting. I was over 150 things while he was still up there talking, just because all was going through my head was get to 300, get 300. By the next morning, I had over 500. I think I'm at 7 something on it now. And my qualifications are, and it's, pay off city, pay off this. Those things are in it too. But it's also, and I told Caden, whenever we travel, does this go on the list? Our qualifications, for travel things, is would we go there again? Especially, don't worry about money. Money's never a concern on this. Would we do it again? And will we tell other people to go there? For example, when we were in Arizona a couple years ago, and I told Rick, I told you and Brent about this, I was like, don't skip on Antelope Canyon. Trust me on that one. We went to that, and we weren't even halfway through it. Ken looks at me and goes, this better go on the list. And I just that's my boy. But yeah, so like I said, I think I'm up to about 700 things in this book now. And one of my goals, and I even have goals in it. Hey, I want to get to 150 things crossed off. I want to get to 200. I have check marks on this list itself of. So, but yeah, anyway, that's
awesome.
There.
That's awesome. That is so cool. Anybody else?
Well, we've got the presentation tonight, and we'll do the.
You want to talk about the video versus not, or you're good?
So that's what I was asking Chantell and Glenn and others and Mariano. So we do the all around the world, and then we do it's really a test drive where we show the video, we show the Vortex, we show the Surge membership, and then we show, of course, the career opportunity. We can either do that new 14-minute video, which is really good because it matches the slides, or we can do live, with the actual slides. And I'm thinking maybe we want to do the video, and I want to get you guys' cut on that, or an actual person.
Our experience is, because people have a little time. They'll show up for 30 minutes, but if it gets lingering, then
that'll be 30 minutes.
You know what I mean?
And that will be actually 30 minutes.
And that's plenty for them for them to understand or get some information, should we say, and they'll come back.
So you guys agree?
But if it's an hour, you
guys agree 30 minutes in that format?
I totally agree with 30 minutes.
30 minutes in that format. So we'll do the all around the world video. We'll do a condensed whatever, test drive, and then the 14-minute video, and that's 30 minutes.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay, let's do it. We'll see you tonight. Go over to you, Brenda.
All righty. Well, you know what I love to say? We are the #1 team in Surge 365 because we are winners. And I look forward to seeing everyone in the beaches of the world, not to mention the sand dunes and in Tennessee, all of the great places. So everybody have a great
we got
rest of
ate
your
up
day.
at the sand dunes by mosquitoes, by the way.
Oh, we don't want to talk about it. We want to just talk about how fun it was.
It was fun, though.
Okay, everybody have a great rest of your day.
Watch out for that email. They should be releasing
Adios.
something that we can share.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, bye-bye now.